Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kimberly Johnson, affectionately known as Dr. Kim. I'm a medical doctor and a skincare enthusiast. In this video, I'll give a brief overview of some of the science behind skincare and take a look at how our diet, health, and lifestyle can contribute to some of the issues we may face. One of the biggest challenges to skincare is how we approach it. Believe it or not, we approach it sometimes the wrong way. We start with products as opposed to taking a look at our health and how our own actions, our own practices may be affecting our skin. And if we can get those under control, we may not end up spending so much money on products. So if you like how that sounds, keep watching. But before you continue, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow Instagram and Twitter Skyn by Dr. Kim to get daily tips and updates. When it comes to skincare, it is important to use a more holistic approach. Otherwise, we'll end up buying skincare products that are most times unnecessary, and we end up not treating any possible underlying health issues that may be contributing factors. The first thing I want to talk about are hormones. And hormones play a big role, especially in women at all ages. So we start at puberty, where most persons are now starting to develop acne, as there is an overproduction of sebum from our sebaceous or oil glands. And this is triggered by sex hormones called androgens. This may also cause what we know as seborrheic dermatitis. And this is itchy, flaky, and greasy, and usually within our T-zone. And I will do a video if you want on that, because so many persons confuse it with just having oily skin or dry skin and don't know that there could be a underlying hormonal issue that is causing that. And then we have the adult onset acne. So some of us, when we get to young adults, early 20s, we start getting acne, which we never had as teenagers. This was me. I never had acne as a teenager, but in my early 20s, I started getting acne, which I could not explain. I was using all the products, buying everything, going to dermatologists, and nothing was helping. Until I started to look deeper and I realized, maybe I need to see an actual doctor because there are other things happening. And I said, okay, this may not just be skin. And what it was polycystic ovarian syndrome, or what we call PCOS, which is, again, hormonal related. And so many women don't know that they have PCOS. So it goes undiagnosed, and they may have the menstrual irregularities, they'll have the acne, they'll have the hirsutism, which is hair along the face or facial hair, and there are a whole host of other aspects to the syndrome. But because it's undiagnosed, they just continue trying things for the skin, and this is where you need to seek medical attention, because polycystic ovarian syndrome is as a result of increase in, again, the sex hormones, androgens. Another aspect that we need to look at is acanthosis nigricans, which is darkening of the folds. So usually around the neck, the back of the neck, I should say, and under the axilla, the armpits, there's darkening, and there's almost like a velvety texture to this. And people look at it as, oh, it's just hyperpigmentation. No, acanthosis nigricans is a heralding sign to diabetes or diabetes mellitus. Persons with polycystic ovarian syndrome as well, you can end up with insulin resistance, and you may end up pre-diabetic, which can lead to diabetes, and so you may end up with acanthosis nigricans. I had acanthosis nigricans. I wasn't diabetic, but I had acanthosis nigricans under my axilla, and in my mind that was just, oh my gosh, I have dark armpits. But treatment. Once I started getting treatment for my polycystic ovarian syndrome, the acne started to go away. I didn't have formation of new bumps. The acanthosis nigricans, it started to hold back. And then you start the whole routine for getting rid of hyperpigmentation. And then we go to the next stage, which is pregnancy. For those women who are pregnant, there's some women who may experience acne again because hormones do change during pregnancy, different stages of our pregnancy. And some women get acne, some women get hyperpigmentation on different parts of the body, not just the face. On the face, notably, they get melasma, where there's hyperpigmentation mainly on the high points of the cheeks. And melasma, as again, is hormonal related. It may go away after delivery, but it may remain postpartum. So again, this is another skin manifestation that is just more than just, oh my goodness, I have hyperpigmentation. This is again our hormones affecting what our skin looks like. Now we're at the postmenopausal period where women have lower levels of estrogen, which is another hormone, and the lower levels of estrogen will contribute to dryness of the skin, wrinkles, dullness, and aging. And this is what most women don't like. So again, our skincare has to take into account all these different stages of our lives, what hormones are affected, what hormones are important, and what products then we need to be using at these different times in our life. Another important factor when it comes to hormones affecting our skin is just the introduction of hormonal contraception. So it may be in a pill form or injectables or patches or intradermal implants, so IUDs. So this is introduction of hormones again into our bodies, and this again can affect our skin in different ways. I'll move now to some conditions or diseases that may have skin manifestations, and these may be one of the hurdles that persons may face when trying to get their skincare to the next level. One common one is eczema, which is an inflammatory skin condition. Now, eczema or persons with eczema-prone skin have very, very sensitive skin, and so it is important that we understand that I do have eczema and what products I need to be using, what ingredients I need to be looking out for when I'm buying skin products. The next condition I want to talk about is rosacea, where you end up with a lot of redness and again, sensitivity with the skin. Two autoimmune diseases I want to mention just briefly are lupus and scleroderma. Now, lupus, as we commonly call it, you can end up with only skin or cutaneous manifestations, and you end up with a rash, a malar rash, or what we call a butterfly rash, with a bilateral distribution. And this is just a cutaneous or skin manifestation. However, if left untreated, you may end up with generalized systemic effects. So it may end up affecting your lungs, your kidneys, your blood cells. Scleroderma, on the other hand, is overproduction of collagen in the skin, and so you have tightening or plaques or hardening of the skin on the hands, and you end up with the joints being stiff, or on the face, so tightening of the face as well. And again, it can lead to widespread systemic effects affecting the lung as well. I'll speak briefly on diet as it relates to our skincare, because as I go through different videos and talk about different topics in these series of skincare videos, I'll also speak in detail about the different things that we can eat or take out of a diet to help improve our skin health. One of the first things, which is one of the hardest things for most persons, I know it was the hardest for me, is to decrease the carbohydrates, namely the simple sugars or the refined sugars or carbs in our diet. And this is because it rapidly gets into our bloodstream, and this causes a surge in the hormone insulin in our blood. With a spike in insulin, this triggers the production of androgens, and this leads to overproduction of oils by the sebaceous glands. So overproduction of sebum by the sebaceous glands. And we know that this will lead to clogging of pores, which can lead to acne. The next thing is milk or dairy, which studies have shown also causes an increase in insulin levels. There aren't much studies to explain how milk can contribute to acne, but it does. There's also the problem of having a diet that is filled mainly with omega-6 fatty acids as opposed to omega-3 fatty acids. So while you can have omega-6 fatty acids, you want to mainly have omega-3 fatty acids, because omega-6 fatty acids are linked to increases in inflammation, and inflammation leads to acne. These are, as I said, limited studies, and not many persons are affected by diet. However, it doesn't hurt to try and implement some of these things in your diet if you really are struggling with skincare. Another thing I want to talk about, lifestyle changes. So 1, sleep more. Sleep is important. You know what a night of not sleeping will do for you in the morning. Trust me, sleep is important. 2, smoking. Smoking. We should stop smoking, really and truly, if we want to see the best or get the best from our skincare. Smoking decreases our collagen. Collagen is important, especially when it comes to anti-aging skincare. Water. We need to drink more water. We need to have hydrated skin. Some dehydrated skin, you can imagine what it would look like. The cells are flattened, and the skin will look duller because the cells are flattened. We want to decrease stress. Find ways to decrease stress. All these things are part of our skincare. If we are stressed, if we're not hydrated, if we're not eating well enough, if we're not sleeping, if we are smoking, no matter how many products we're using, we're not going to achieve the best skin that we know we can. So when it comes to skincare, we want to decrease inflammation in the body. So as I said before, omega-3s are the healthier choice because they are anti-inflammatory. We want to include green tea in our diet because it's an antioxidant and it helps to reduce inflammation and lower sebum production. We want to include vitamins such as vitamin A, D, E, and zinc. So get a multivitamin that has these and take it daily to help with our skin. I want to put the spotlight on Tula skincare. This is a daily probiotic and skin health complex, and it says it promotes digestive health, supports skin smoothness, and hydration. So it's a daily supplement that I take, and it has been a game changer when it comes to not just the skin health, but just my overall health, because it helps to reduce inflammation in the body and promote digestive health, if you know what I mean. It contains vitamin C, a probiotic blend of 3 different probiotics, and fiber and ceramides. And as we know, ceramides are so important in skincare. And the fact that this is being ingested means it's not just for the face, but you get coverage for the entire body. So this has been good to me. This is a fairly new box. It's 30 capsules, so that's about a month. And I purchased mine on Amazon. You can purchase directly from the site. This is not sponsored. I just really like the product because it has been a game changer, as I said, in my overall health and the skincare. Well guys, that was a mouthful, but it's very important that we break the ice with these things, because as I said, we do not want to buy unnecessary products for our skin. We want to ensure that we're doing the most for our skin. We want to ensure that whatever we're doing for our skincare is deliberate and it makes sense. After this, we're going to go straight into looking at the various issues that we have with our skin. So we'll be looking at acne, we'll be looking at hyperpigmentation, and we'll also be looking at anti-aging skincare, which I love. So we'll be looking at those and products that we should be using and ingredients that we should be looking for in the products that makes sense, because we're not just doing marketing here. We need skincare that works, not marketing.